Okay, Cindy, this is how you make my famous semi-homemade chicken and dumpling soup. You're gonna start out with 4 chicken thighs. I have my big butcher knife, my great value buttermilk jumbo biscuits. I've got my black pepper, any kind, my Lowry seasoning or seasoning salt, any kind, and then I have this chicken bouillon, a large pot, and I've just filled it up with water about an inch to the top. Okay, so I'm gonna start out, throw my chicken thighs in the water. My water is already actually on, and I've got it on high, and then that water is going to boil down. So I really like them kind of juicy, and I've added more water this time too because I don't have any chicken broth, because you can also use chicken broth if your water is not too if you don't have so much water. Okay. I'm just going to season it up, season my water, and you're just going to season it to taste. I mean, whatever you think. I'm not going to put too much pepper because my little one doesn't like it too spicy. And then I'm just going to season my water up, and you may have to add more seasoning later. And then my chicken bouillon, I'm going to throw some in, and it's just kind of however you see fit. All right, and stir it up. Make sure it's all in there pretty good. And then, Cindy, now I'm just going to boil it, okay? And I will be back. All right, Cindy, here I am probably about an hour later. I've cut up my biscuits kind of in triangular shapes. I've got my chicken here. It's shredded. And I actually have the bones in mine because the boys like it. And so, I mean, it doesn't make any difference. I couldn't get all the meat off the bones, and so I just started leaving it in there. I've got my broth here, and I've actually seasoned my broth a little bit more just to make sure that it was pretty tasty. Now I'm going to show you what I do, and I'm going to have Doc hold the camera. And, oh, here, babe. That's just, here you go. You taste it? Okay. It's good? Okay. I just basically put this back in. I've still got it on high. Hold on, are your hands clean?
Ouch.
No, they're not. Go wash them. Really good. Okay. Cindy, this is just gonna come to a boil. I'm gonna get it to a rolling boil. Give it a minute. And I don't dump my dumplings in until it is boiling pretty good. Okay, see, we're about ready. Let me see your hands. Let me see, did you wash the back of them?
Yes.
Dry them off. And then come on. Okay. Alright, can you scoot over just a little bit, Pooper? Okay. Alright, so Cindy, now I just drop them in. They're boiling. Deon's gonna help me a little bit. You gotta scoot closer, Butterball.
Why do these smell like those cheese? Why do these dumplings smell like that cheese?
I don't know. They do kind of smell like one at a time, Butterball. You gotta break it apart.
Please.
They're already broken apart. I just want you to break them on the cuts, not tear them.
Please.
Okay. So I drop them in. Now, one of the things that I start doing once it starts getting full, I start to just press them down and make sure I have room, and I make sure that I drop them right in the water. I don't drop them on top of each other.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough dumplings.
That's enough. Don't, baby. Don't ball them up.
Oh, no.
I want to keep them kind of flat. Okay, drop. And as you can see, of course, I've told you about the puffing up, and you know about the puffing.
Even?
Uh-oh.
Oh, please. Can I get
Here,
that?
go ahead. Okay. Be
So you
careful.
don't drop them on each other?
Yep, don't drop them on each other.
Because
Wait,
that's
wait.
just
Now,
gonna make it.
Drop.
That's just gonna make
Drop.
it worse.
I just make sure they all go into the
Water.
and you can see I'm not stirring. I'm just Making sure that yeah, dabbing is good. I'm making sure that I'm just pressing them down. Press it down. Oh,
there's gonna be too much, so
come on. Slide
don't put too much.
Don't talk, Dion.
Don't put them in here. Come on. Oh, good job.
Not too much.
There you go. Okay.
Cause that's just gonna make it worse.
Okay. Okay, and now that's skin. Don't. Okay, so Cindy, you can see they're puffing up quite a bit. So what I do is I always use my knife or some kind of just a knife or some kind of butter knife or something like that.
Butter knife.
This knife works best because I can press more down, and I only press. I do not stir. I don't know what it is about stirring, but they just do not cook all the way through. So I press them down, keep it boiling. I never turn it down. I never simmer it. Not while they're puffy. Don't eat that meat. Ugh.
I don't like that. Excuse Cindy. Don't let it boil all the way.
Dion, you're not the chef here.
Okay.
He is Chef Dion. You know he cooks.
There's palms.
He doesn't cook.
There's like palms and palms of it. That and
see after a while it'll start. They'll start. The puffiness starts to go away. But I still I tend to it. I don't leave it.
Yeah.
And I just press them down.
And
it smells so good. Be careful. What do you have in your hand? Put that fork down before you hurt yourself. Sometimes what?
Sometimes it boils too much. But that's okay. So
don't talk. You don't know
don't
what you're
mix
doing.
it though. Just like dab it harder. Like,
No.
Dion. You talk too much, Dion. That's right.
Dab it this across and let the water go in.
I think I cook these
Dion,
kind of big too.
you're not the chef around here.
Big dumplings in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how big they are?
Okay.
So Cindy, this is what I keep doing. And I do this until they all just kind of go down.
This is almost over
Yeah.
so don't get... Whoops.
You gonna fall and bust your head open, child.
Don't think this is almost over because it's not.
Okay, as you can see, they're kind of going down. And then the water, or the broth, is getting kind of juicy. How many minutes is that? Ooh, I don't want it to be too long. Oh, that's 6 minutes already.
Cindy,
okay, this is going to be a 10-minute instructional video. No, you
my
stop.
My arms are getting tired.
Okay. All right, Cindy, you can see that they are pretty much puffing down, and I just keep doing this for a while until that puffiness kind of all goes away. And what I'll do is I'll turn the camera back on in a minute and show you the finished product.
Okay.
How do I?
Okay.
Just push the button at the top.
This.
Okay.
This one?
You'll see it.
Okay, Cindy, that was probably, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later. But as you can see, the puffiness has gone down. They're quite, the broth is thicker. I've actually turned the heat down to medium. And so now I will let it simmer a bit. Maybe 10 minutes. Not long, because pretty much everything is done. But just to get that juice pretty much where I want it. And I got some thicker dumplings in there this time around. Put those down. So, boy, chill. No, you're not. You already had a snack. So, anyway, that's what it looks like, Cindy. I don't know if yours looks similar, but now I'm just gonna let it simmer, and then I serve it piping hot. So, yeah, we spend the whole time blowing, and good eats.